Good afternoon to everybody who's going to be joining onto the YouTube live stream today. My name is Hayden. I work at ICECO in customer support, tech support, and pretty much doing a lot of hands-on work and diagnostics on these fridges. And today we're doing a live stream. We're going to be talking about their products, tons of different sales we have going on, pretty much going over the characteristics and features of each and every one of them, and then talk about future sales. And that's pretty much the whole spiel of the live stream for today. And then we'll finish it off with a closer. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick moment to hop right into the live stream, and then we will continue on. And in fact, let me pull up the live stream myself so I can monitor the chat and see what's going on. I do see we have a few interactions going on in the chat right now. So let me go ahead and just pull it up on my personal phone. That way I can see. And in the meantime, I'll give you guys a quick moment to hop right in. How's everyone's day doing? Doing good? That's great. Great to hear. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Oh, hey Greg. First one into the live already. And then good day to those who are going to be watching the live stream throughout the day and throughout the week, maybe throughout the month. Without further ado, we're going to get started right away into the live stream. Basically, a quick intro is who is ICECO and what exactly do they do? ICECO is a company that specializes in making and manufacturing fridges as an alternative to the cumbersome traditional ice cube coolers where you have to fish your hand in through a bunch of ice cubes to grab your items. Basically, it's a luxurious alternative to those who are looking for an extended visit when they're camping or when they're outdoors more and you want to have your food to be refrigerated, much like your traditional refrigerator at home. You can pretty much, we offer a smaller, more lightweight portable version that you can take with you when you go camping or when you're off-road, and pretty much you can use in your everyday life as well. Alrighty, so, and that's pretty much a quick intro, and without further ado, we're gonna get started right away into the deals. And the first product I'm going to be talking about is gonna be the APL 20 right beside me over here. Let me go ahead and lift this guy up and bring it all over to the table so we can kind of showcase the product itself. So APL 20, as you can see at first glance, it features a very aluminum, a very retro box kind of design and styling. It's got one of my personal favorites for the design on the APL series just because they look very nice, aesthetically pleasing, and have a very nice flashy look and aesthetic to it. And going on to the actual design of the APL 20, you do feature these traditional latches for locking the lids down, ensuring a proper seal. You're gonna have these corner pieces to account for movement inside of the vehicle. So if it's being moved around or tossed around, these corner pieces kind of help with absorbing impact and preventing damage to any delicate corner pieces or anything of the sort for the APL 20 over here. And then spring-loaded handles on both sides. As you can see, it's very lightweight, very portable. These guys pretty much fit underneath a lot of the bench seats for the truck. So if you have a Silverado, Colorado, F-150, and several other sub-models along those lineups in the American truck lineup, these guys can fit right underneath those bench seats. That way you can tuck it away and not have it be in, opposing any sort of people sitting down or anything of that sort. So it's a nice little cargo space. You can tuck the APL 20 and it'll fit right underneath that. Going on to the lid, we do feature a 45-degree stop hinge. Like so, you pretty much when you open the lid at 45 degrees, the hinge will pretty much prevent the lid from closing naturally due to physics, and it will just retain a very specific angle, like so, all the way up until 45 degrees where it will fall naturally. And yep, that's pretty much as far as the exterior. It's a very simple design. It's very easy to use, a very lightweight, portable. Pretty much take it anywhere you want to go. You can take the APL 20. It's very, very portable. And going on to the inside, you are going to notice that it does have two zones, but unfortunately the APL 20 is only a single zone fridge, meaning that there is one numeric value that you can adjust to set your temperature, but you can set your temperature anywhere north of 68 degrees Fahrenheit all the way down to -4. So you can reach temperatures -4, which is very nice for the APL series because a lot of traditional fridges out there can only go as low as 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And we pretty much enable a lot of the APL series to go to -4. So if you're carrying ice cream, any frozen products, then that would be absolutely stellar for being able to reach those temperatures. But going on to storage space, you are going to notice that there is only 20 liters of storage space. So something like my OJ over here, standing up will not be able to fit. But if you tilt it sideways, you pretty much take that. And we got a few snacks, items, and foods over here that you can throw on in to the unit. So we can take the string cheese, throw it in a small compartment, take our burger patties, our sausages, and potatoes, throw it into the larger compartment, and we'll pretty much be able to fit a lot of these items with ease. So these would prove to be great when you're going off-roading and camping and maybe gone for the day or a weekend. Weekend is kind of pushing it because there's not exactly an extensive amount of storage space. As you can see, with just OJ and a few groceries, I pretty much took up a good 75% of my storage space. Hence the reason why it's absolutely stellar for, day trips, going out, or if you want to keep your drinks cold, then that would prove as a good solution. So, and then going on to the pricing, you'll be able to see it on our official website. I do believe we have this going on for $4.99 at our MSRP price on our website or Amazon, and you can pretty much check it out over there. Other than that, that's pretty much all there is to the APL-20. Going on to the display, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this unit in so I can show you what you're kind of seeing here when it is turned on. And for something as small and cheap as this fridge, you still do get a lot of features. Going onto display, you'll be able to adjust your temperature. Oh, let me go ahead and turn this thing on. Gonna turn on the PB1000 and enable AC. Fridge will turn on like so. And then, just on the display, I don't know if you guys can really see it too well, but you're gonna have one numeric value that you can adjust. And you can pretty much do that by adjusting the plus and negative sign, and I can adjust it all the way down to -4. You are going to see your voltage right next to it, as well as a max and eco mode, followed by a little letter that says L, M, or H, pretty much, which is your battery protection mode, and pretty much enables you to plug your fridge into your vehicle, whether if it's a car or a 12-volt system. I know a lot of people are concerned about fridges or any of their accessories draining their car battery. We pretty much integrate this little module that will monitor the amount of voltage going into the fridge. And if it's anywhere under 12 volts, it will automatically cut power in order to save your car battery, so that way you don't get past that threshold at which you need to crank your motor over and to start it. So as a cool little feature, we integrated into the APL-20, as well as most of our fridges do have that battery protection mode, except for the GO20, I believe. Everything else does have that battery protection module that we integrate into the fridges. And again, you have your max and eco mode, which is your max mode is a performance mode. Pretty much, if you want to kick on all gears, you want to go full throttle and reach that temperature as quickly as possible, then max mode will be certainly ideal to reach that set temperature and maintain it to that exact degree. And then you have eco mode, well, essentially where it pretty much turns on and will reach that set temperature, maintain it, and then kick off the compressor. And then you'll probably see somewhere north of 30 minutes of downtime, depending on how it's being used. And then the compressor will kick on again, reach that set temperature, maintain it for a little bit, and then kick off. So you're seeing somewhere north of 30 minutes of downtime and then 6 minutes of the compressor actually being on. This is just to help save power when you do have it plugged into your 12 volt or your 110 wall outlet. So a lot of features jam-packed in something as small as the APL-20. So, don't let size deceive you, because something like this could most certainly carry a lot of items with ease, and will prove to be a great solution for those who are trying to add a very small, lightweight fridge to their setup. Alrighty. And then that is pretty much it for the APL-20. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next fridge for today, and that is going to be the APL-35, a slightly bigger version. So let me go ahead and pull that unit down and show you guys what it looks like. APL-35 right here. So you can see it's still pretty lightweight. It's very portable. Features a very similar design to the APL-20. The only difference is that it's a lot taller and you do get a lot more storage space on the inside, as you can see, along with 2 zones that you can adjust. So rather than the APL35 being a single zone for adjustment, you can actually adjust both zones to your liking. That's right, you have 2 numerical values that you can adjust, both of them being able to go as low as -4 degrees Fahrenheit. And that basically proves to be a very good solution for carrying refrigerated items and then frozen items on the other zone. And you know, this would be more suitable for your weekend warrior when you're going outside camping, picnicking, or at the, you know, going to picnics, beaches, anything of that sort, any activities you guys like to engage in. The APL35 would be a great option. In fact, this guy is nicknamed the Weekend Warrior just because of how versatile and how capable the fridge is itself. Right, it's not too heavy to the point where you can't lift it and carry it around to your picnic table, to the beach, or to your campsite. And it's, you know, it still proves to have a lot of storage space where it can support yourself and maybe another person when you're going outdoors and camping. So 35 liters of storage space, something like the OJ over here, can now stand facing up. My Evian water bottle can stand facing up, and then you have several other accessories and food items that you can throw into the fridge and still have a lot of room to spare. Gonna go ahead and just, you know, show you. I pretty much just chuck these things in, and if you're playing Tetris with it a little bit, you can pretty much fit a lot of food into the APL35, and you can pick it up, carry it, and take it to your campsite or wherever you need to go. So that's the reason why it's nicknamed the Weekend Warrior, because it's a very versatile and very capable fridge, especially for its size. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the powering side of the fridge. You know, externals and everything are the exact same as the APL20. When we go onto the display, you are gonna notice that there's gonna be a few things that are different. So let me go ahead and get this unit plugged in. You know, contrary to the one DC port you have on the APL20, which is your only port that you can access, you do have an additional port for USB items and USB accessories. So just a little thing that we've added on to the APL35. And then going onto the display, it's going to be very similar to the APL20. You're still going to have your voltage. You're still going to have your max and eco mode that you can play around with. And then you're still going to see your battery protection mode, except this time you can adjust your temperature on either side all the way down to -4 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course, you can switch the temperatures between degrees Fahrenheit all the way down, all the way to degrees Celsius. So you can adjust between whichever numeric value. And there's just a lot of things you can play around with the APL35. The cool thing about the APL series is actually that they are Bluetooth capable. That's right, you can plug your phone in via Bluetooth and be connected to your fridge and adjust your temperature from your phone or monitor your temperature from your phone. And what's an even cooler feature is that these guys are capable with Apple CarPlay. So if you have the, you know, something like the APL35, the APL20, or the next fridge I'm about to talk about, you could throw it into the back of your car seat or into the trunk of your, you know, of your car, SUV, or your rig, and you can keep it plugged in and adjust your temperature on the go without having to stop, go out of your vehicle to adjust your temperature, or have to reach back to play around with this dial over here. So it's a lot safer and you know, proves to be very helpful for those who are trying to make sure they have the right temperature when they're going off-roading or camping, and pretty much monitor that temperature full time. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next fridge. I do believe the APL35 over here is on discount, so before I move on to the next one, let me just pull up the quick pricing for you guys, because I know I'm previewing all these fridges. You know, I gotta talk about what deals and stuff we have going on for these fridges. So going on to the APL35, we do have it going for the original price. So you can see that it is $499 for the APL35. So it's still full price at the moment, but keep an eye out sometime towards the Christmas time. We may or may not have more deals for it. Just keep an eye out. So we always have tons of deals going on for our fridges and all of our accessories. I know our accessories are on absolute killer deals. If you do keep a lookout on our official website, we do have lots of bundle options. So like covers, chairs, sleeping cots, sleeping bags. You know, we have tons of options out there for bundle pricing. And you know, for an APL 35, the price of $499 is already really cheap for the APL 20, sorry. And then the $599 for the APL 35 is a very solid deal too. For $600, you get yourself a 35-liter fridge along with one of the best compressors you could possibly get on the consumer market, which is the ICECO APL compressors. If you do a little research, you'll find out that the ICECO APL is a German compressor that ensures stable high performance. And essentially, it's a high performance compressor that specializes in reaching certain temperatures and maintaining them to the degree. In fact, these guys have achieved a medical rating. So these are certified for a medical field, but we, you know, decide to use them for cooling food. And something as over-engineered as the ICECO APL compressors is being put into these units over here, as well as factoring a very nice, sleek aesthetics on the outside rather than just utilizing cheap plastic. We go for a very premium design, and you have put together a very solid and well-built fridge. Now, I'm not just the guy who's going to be marketing the fridges themselves. I'm going to let the products speak for themselves and let the reviews speak for themselves as well. From what I've heard, lots of people love our fridges. If you go to local shows, we'll actually be at Rodeo X Rigs this weekend at Garden Grove. If you guys want to check us out at our booth, we're going to be over there. And pretty much all the feedback we get when we are at these shows, people say they love it, love the fridges, especially the APL 35. At SEMA, we've got a lot of positive reviews about the APL 35, and especially when we newly released a fridge. After fixing a few kinks, the APL 35 it proved to be a very good fridge in the lineup. Alrighty, now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next fridge. Let me go ahead and just check this. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next fridge, which is the larger version of the APL 35. So we're moving up in size, and we have ourselves the APL 55 over here. Just going off of the looks, you can see that is very, very different from the APL 35 and the APL 20. Most certainly took a very interesting design and look, contrary to the other two models I showcased. And you know, as far as the orientation for the lid, you are going to see that it opens from the front to the back instead of a horizontal lid that opens up all the way. So we went with a different orientation for the lid, as well as the design on the exterior. Color-wise, you are seeing the one right now I'm showcasing is the stainless black. However, we do sell one which is the stainless silver as well. The stainless steel silver, which is relatively similar in color to the APL 35. We got two different color options for the APL 55. That's right, it's so popular, we have two different color options for those who are looking for the APL 55. And one thing I do have to say that the APL 55 right here is my personal favorite. It's a fridge that I love and a fridge that I think is absolutely stellar. It's great in performance, and you know, we'll dive right into details about why it's my favorite later on, but we're gonna go into the facts and the specifics of the fridge itself. So just looking at the outside, we do feature premium plastic for the corner pieces as a form of protection for the stainless steel. We do include extra corner pieces in case those ever happen to crack or break, which is really unlikely, but just in case, you know, we throw in extra hardware and parts for you guys. And you know, for the lid itself, you're gonna notice it's very large, very bulky, relatively thick. When we do close it, you know, some people are concerned, like, you know, a lid of this size, what if it falls down too quickly? And you know, if you have your hands in the way, you have a hinge, drop the lid, and it's a soft close feature. That's right, these hinges we utilize in the APL 55 is designed to fall slowly under the circumstance if you have kids or you have toddlers, you have anybody just, you know, going up to the fridge wanting to look inside, grab any items, and you know, kids pretty clumsy. They don't open the fridge all the way, they don't make sure it's closed. They'll open it halfway and the lid will close on itself, and you know, anything that's in harm's way of the APL 55 is most certainly not going to be hurt. So no bruised hands, no owies, no pain from trying to access any of your items in the APL 55. We pretty much took that into account because we don't want people getting hurt or injured trying to open up such a large lid. So a very nice, unique characteristic of our APL 55 is the soft closing hinge. Going back onto the inside, it is a 55-liter fridge, so you have a lot more storage space as opposed to the APL 35. And then you are going to have a removable divider, contrary to the fixed dual zone of the other two fridges. You have a removable divider which can double as a cutting board for any food, produce, or veggies that you want to cut up. And then the cool thing is that the APL 55 does come with a lot of baskets. You're going to have a very short, wide basket, and then right underneath you are going to have a taller, skinny one right over here. And then the other zone, you are going to have two taller, skinny baskets stacked together. Now, you don't exactly have to run these baskets in your setup, but you can, use them if you would like. They're just there for you if you like to configure your setup that way. And then let me go ahead and throw this divider back on. And on the bottom, you do have a drain plug for draining any liquids, anything of that sort that may have been spilled inside of your fridge. You could go ahead and pull that plug out and drain anything that spills on the inside. You are going to have two LEDs on the inside as well for lighting. That way, so you'll be able to see what you're doing as you're accessing any of your food, produce, or items. I'm going to go ahead and turn this unit on real quick. Yep, two LED lights are very bright. We are going to have an ambient lighting on the outside over here as additional form of lighting when you throw this on a table or you have it in the back of a stationary setup. You can go ahead and turn that light on, and it's just like an added form of ambient light to see what you're doing in the back of an SUV or whatever rig you run this in. So, alrighty. So just taking a quick look at the chat real quick. Thank you. I really appreciate your support, Greg. Gonna dive right into the fridge again. I see a lot of action going on in the chat right now. Going back to the APL 55, the inside is very nice, very sweet. It's gonna have these traditional latches again, but these sound very nice, very snappy, and will certainly hold the lid in place. So you don't have to worry about any sort of leaks coming from the seals because it is most certainly sealed very tight. Going on to the display, as you can see, I just turned on the unit, and all you have to do is press the setting button. You can adjust your temperature as low as -4 degrees Fahrenheit, so you can go same temperatures as the APL 35 and the APL 20. I'm gonna go ahead and open this lid up. And that's pretty much for the display. It's gonna have analog buttons to adjust for max and eco mode. So all the same features, your battery protection mode, the brightness of the display, to adjust the temperatures for both zones. When you remove the divider, it will switch from 2 zones to 1 zone. So you'll change one numeric value to the entirety of the fridge. And then you are gonna have the settings button to change between Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the APL 55 and its display. I gotta say, this is one of my personal favorite for the displays because when you do turn on the fridge, it has a cool little ICECO logo that pops up. And obviously, as you can see, I was fiddling around with it. It makes a nice little chime when you adjust your temperature. So it's a little cool feature we integrated into the APL 55. Going on to the specifics of powering, you are going to have one AC port on the front side along with a DC port, 2 USBs, and on the back side you're going to have a DC port and 2 USBs as well. So you're going to have lots of plugs and ports to work with front and back side as far as powering. And now one of my favorite features about the APL 55 is that it chimes at you if you leave the lid open, like I was doing right now. See, and it's reminding you to close the lid, and once you close that lid, it will stop chiming at you. So it's a little feature we integrated into the APL 55 that is specifically unique to this fridge itself. So a lot of things integrated into the APL 55. And another benefit about this fridge is that it's compatible with a lot of accessories we sell on our website too. If you have a solar panel or you're looking to buy a solar panel from us, an ICECO solar panel comes with these 2 little hanging tabs that you can string on the side of the APL 55 right over here on this side to be exact, and you can string it on the side, have the solar panel facing a 45-degree angle towards the sun, and you can wire that up to a PB1000, PB250, wherever you want to get it plugged into. You can run it to your power source and have that power source plugged into the fridge itself. So there's a lot of options for the APL55. It's compatible with a lot of accessories. We did used to have a trolley for the APL55 too to allow for portability, but we're kind of revising that at the moment. But the APL55 is an absolute stellar fridge. One thing I will say is that the APL55 is most certainly heavy. If you're looking for a portable fridge that you could take out of your rig and bring it to your table, campsite, and whatnot, if you're doing it solo, highly recommend you don't try, because you probably will throw out your back. It's pretty heavy. If you got 2 people carrying the fridge and you got family that's camping out together, beautiful. But more or less, these are geared towards more stationary setups, hence the reason why we offer a slide for it. So the APL55 slide is geared for this fridge, where you can pull it out the back of your rig and access it via the front to back opening lid. So it's more of a stationary setup and less of a fridge that you can go ahead and just pull out the back and take it to a table, which is more or less what the APL35 and the APL20 is for. Then that would be your forte, and this would be more of looking for bigger storage space and to stay off grid for a lot longer than what you normally do. And for something like a 55-liter, it'll be more than enough to feed a family over the weekend, or if you're sustaining yourself and another person, you'll be able to stay off grid for about a week. So absolutely amazing fridge. And going on to the reason why it is one of my favorite fridges, well, the reason why is because, you know, as somebody who works in tech, I do a lot of hands-on repairs, a lot of diagnostics, a lot of looking into the fridges. And one thing I might notice as a quick little statistic from myself is that I get less concerns about the APL55. I don't know what it is. Maybe that all these bits and pieces came together so well, it formed like a unity to the point where it works absolutely amazing in play. The APL55 reaches -4 so quickly. I turn around and I come back and it's already, you know, down to freezing temperatures, which is absolutely amazing. The APL55 is absolutely great at reaching the lower temperatures, and one of the most reliable fridges, which I would dub it as one of the most reliable fridges if I could, and will most certainly recommend for you guys to get an APL55 if you're looking for a reliable, sturdy, rigid fridge with tons of utility. This thing over here is pretty much an overlander, kitted out with every single feature that you could possibly get out of a fridge. You got an overlander matched with an absolute kitted out fridge. It's something that comes with so much utility and so many benefits when you do purchase one of these fridges. And under $1,000, at $859, we have this fridge over here for a killer deal. You can get it in the shiny silver stainless steel, or you can get it in the stainless black, which is more low-key and more stealthy if you're not looking for you know, something that's very flashy or out there. And then again, we do feature the ICECO compressors in the APL55. And now, one thing that also makes it unique, besides the, you know, soft close hinge, besides the chime feature when you do leave the lid open, besides the stainless design, we have this thing called a it has like an anti-shake effect that's integrated into the fridge itself. So one thing that's a big problem with fridges is that when you have them sideways or you have them upside down, you have them pretty much in any form of degree, the oil will slosh to a specific side, which could, you know, eventually result in the compressor overheating. So it pretty much promotes overheating, much like a car being low on coolant. The compressor will overheat, and in order to save itself, it will either, one, limp itself or continue to operate, which could result in premature damage. And more or less, the compressor normally will shut off in order to protect itself from overheating all the way, and will kick on again once you're at a level, once you're level where the oil can pretty much cool and you know, lubricate all of the moving parts of the compressor itself. So we actually integrated a compressor that is capable of being operated at those degrees and angles. That's right, the APL55, if you do look at the specific features and characteristics, one of the benefits is that it can reach somewhere north of a 45 45-degree gradient. So something north of like so, like up to 45 degrees of articulation in the fridge itself, and it will pretty much operate at full capacity. Full capacity as opposed to a more redundant performance from the other compressors. But more or less, a lot of the ICECO compressors are very capable, very high performance. And I'm not saying that to banter at the other fridges where are not capable of being operated at full capacity when you're off-roading or camping, especially if you're wheeling over rocks or higher gradients. Then that may prove to be a problem. But this guy is just a lot more tolerable to those kind of environments that you're off-roading and going on. So the APL 55, more or less, we market and gear it towards to be being capable of tackling those kind of gradients without hindering the performance of the fridge. So that's one thing to take into account. Now, do you see, Greg, if you cool it upside none and you got bigger problems and upside down. That's right. So if you do receive your cooler upside down for big recommendation is to let it sit in its upright position for 24 hours before powering it on. That's a very common asked question we get. I get people who call me saying that, hey, I just received my fridge, I plugged it in and it's not working, what's going on? Well, the problem is you have to let the Freon settle, you have to let the oil come down and lubricate all the moving parts before turning it on. Otherwise, you're more or less promote premature wear and damage to the fridge itself. So that's one little thing to take into account when you do receive your fridge. So the APL 55 over here for $859 on our official website or on Amazon. If you guys want to check it out, we do offer those in the 2 color options, and an absolute stellar fridge. Very nice for stationary setups when you're going off-roading and camping. And then let me go ahead and unplug this unit, and then we'll move on to our next fridge of the day. This guy's gonna be a little bit heavy. There we go. Alrighty, and then on to the next one is gonna be the VL35. Alrighty, so here we have the VL35 Pro S. Very different from the APL series. It's gonna have very metallic colors on the outside, featuring a lot of corner pieces and the lid being plastic. Just at first glance, you can see it's a very sleek, very boxy design. Some people like that, I personally like the boxy design too. It's very sleek. You can sit on it, stand on it. Same goes for a lot of the fridges. Some people might be concerned about sitting on the fridges. The lids are more or less capable of supporting, up to 300, 400, maybe 500 pounds, depending on where you're standing. But I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just saying that you can sit on it. For those, one big common experience I have when I go camping is that we are short on chairs and we get more people than normal. And, we would sit on the coolers, or we'd sit on the fridges, or anything we bring, anything you can sit on, we'll sit on. So we would take the fridge and double it as a chair where you can sit down on if you're, being mobile or camping. But that's pretty much it. For the VL35, it is going to be a single zone as opposed to a dual zone. But the benefit is you do have a 2-directional lid that you can open from both sides or pull the whole thing off. So you do have very easy access to the VL35 as opposed to the 55, which is a 1-directional lid. You have a fridge that you can pretty much just open the whole thing and pull the lid off, however you please. And then you are gonna have a very large basket on the inside, 2 LED lights for ambient lighting, a drain plug as well. So the VL35, 45, and any of the VL Pro series are gonna have the drain plugs on the bottom. That way it's just easier to clean up the inside. And as you can see, just from me throwing all these items into the fridge, you can have one large basket for absolutely everything. Take it out, and it's very ease of use and ease of access. That's the whole point. You don't want to be taking items one by one, especially if you're carrying tons of drinks or anything in the basket itself, and you don't want to grab one item with another, and you're trying to serve drinks to 8, 10 people. You can pretty much just pull the entire basket out like so, and then take it with you wherever you need to go. this makes it very easy for those who are trying to set up a kitchen, like a mobile kitchen, or they have it hooked up to their rig, and you don't want to keep opening a lid to grab your items and lower the temperature of the fridge. All you have to do is just open up the lid, grab the basket, take the whole thing out, take whatever you need, and put the basket back, or keep everything out if you're cooking all of your items. So the VL35 Pro is very nice. Another cool thing about the VL35 Pro is that it is capable of harboring these magnetic battery packs. So you go ahead and take one of these magnetic battery packs, stick them onto the side, the magnetic koozies or any magnetic accessories. These guys are, you can attach any of those to the fridge itself. So a cool little feature, you can take these and just attach them to any of the side. Unlike the APL20 and APL35, the APL55 does have a backing for the magnetic battery pack where you can stick it, but all of these surfaces on the APL55 is not magnetic versus these guys, the VL35 Pros, VL45 Pro, the VL75 Pro, and the VL90 Pro are going to have these walls where you can attach magnetic accessories. And then going on to the display, I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing around so I can show you. It features a very traditional display. Let me go ahead and plug this unit in. Just to kind of show you, I'm going to plug it in from the back side. And it's just going to be a very simple display. So still digital display for showing your numeric value, but you are going to have analog buttons for adjusting your temperature, adjusting your settings, and toggling max and eco mode, as well as your battery protection mode. So analog buttons for most of the items except for the display is just being digital. Other than that, it's very simple, very easy to use. Less parts that could break if you have analog buttons rather than just like a big touch screen. So we take that into account by integrating a very simple to use, very tried and tested display, and coming in onto the aesthetics, the design, and pretty much the entirety of the fridge. We more or less went for a simple and easy to use design for the VL35 Pro S. Now the cool thing is that we do offer this thing in the black as well as the olive. So if you check our website, we do have the VL35 Pro in the olive color, which may or may not be sold out. I know that was a very big hit for a lot of people who are looking for a green color or just a different color option to the VL35. So we do, that was a new release if you guys wanted to check that out. I believe we released it somewhere north of Thanksgiving if you're watching the live streams, but that's just one cool thing we have for the VL35, which is the olive color as well as the black. And then for the display, as you can see, it's just very simple. You're going to have an AC and DC port for plug-in, USB on the front side, and then another DC port on the back side. So 2 DC ports, 1 AC port, and then you're going to have 2 USB plug-ins right next to it over here. So still a lot of features that comes to the VL35. We do have the link in the chat if you want to check out what the VL35 Pro looks like, as well as the pricing. In the future, we may or may not have deals going on for it, but I know we do have bundle options right over here where you can pick yourself up a VL35 Pro and a magnetic battery pack, which is the PB250 for $569. So don't forget to check it out. We got tons of bundle options. And you guys might ask, like, why would I want a magnetic battery pack? Why would I even need this if I have a fridge that can plug into my 12 volt or I can plug it into a wall? Well, a very common thing for the more lightweight portable fridges, the APL20, APL35, and the VL35, is that people like to take their fridges out of their vehicles. They like to put them on a picnic table. They like to put them next to them at the beach. You want to take it out of your vehicle, you want to take it with you, and wherever you're going, you want to make sure you keep your items cold. Well, funny enough, the PB250 can help ensure that by acting as a independent power supply for the APL35, APL20, or any of your fridges that you may have. The cool thing is that this thing is lightweight, very portable. It pretty much fits in the back pocket of your driver's seat or your passenger seat. You can throw it into the back or any bag, and these guys you can take with you. And when you're ready to take your fridge out, all you have to do is take your magnetic battery pack, attach it to the fridge itself, or you could take it with you when you're pulling it out of your rig, and then plug it via 12 volt to your fridge, and you'll have your fridge turn on and operational. Now you guys might ask, how long can I use this for something like my VL35, my APL20, or APL35? You know, surely it won't last that long considering how small it is. It looks pretty much, you know, around the same size as one of the larger battery packs that you can use, or the portable chargers for my phone. Like, why would I need something like this? Well, the cool thing about the PB250 is a 250 watt battery pack that can power something like a VL35, a APL20, or APL35 somewhere north of 8 to 12 hours, depending on your use. If you have it on eco mode and you're taking power into huge consideration, then you can most certainly power it for a very extended use of time. Pretty much the entirety of the day, the PB250 will last. So it'll last you a whole day at the beach, will last you a whole day at the picnic, or it'll last you a whole day when you're going camping. So something like this can act as an alternate power supply and pretty much keep all of your food, your drinks, and your produce down at that temperature. We do utilize environmentally friendly insulation as a form of cooling and refrigerating your items. Much like a traditional cooler, it will maintain that temperature as much as it can up until the point where it warms up and then will start climbing in temperature. This guy will ensure you maintain that exact temperature and keep it that way throughout its entirety of its use. So a cool little thing is you got to pick these guys up in a bundle. We have them for bundle pricing, so why not? You know, you're looking for an entry-level fridge, something to get started with, then a PB250 and a VL35 Pro single zone would be an absolutely stellar option. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next fridge of today, and that is going to be the GO20. So let me go ahead and unplug this fridge over here, and let me take these out. And I'm going to take a quick look at the chat. Alrighty. So next fridge is going to be the GO20. I'm gonna go ahead and swing this thing out. Boom, GO20 right in front of me. So as you can see just at first glance, it's a lot smaller than the VL35. You know, it's very rounded, it's very lightweight. This thing's portable, pretty much take it anywhere you need to. And these are one of the most lightweight portable fridges that we have to offer. It features very premium plastic on the outside, still rigid and still tough. Pretty much you could take it with you when you're going camping and off-roading, or you want to take it with you to, you know, for very casual stuff. You know, it's a very well-rounded fridge that offers a lot of storage space at a much cheaper price compared to the APL35. But in turn, you are going to get less features and you know, less characteristics about the fridge itself. So if you're looking just simply for a fridge that can reach that temperature and, you know, maintain that temperature, you're just cooling drinks, doing very simple things. You're not looking to do anything crazy, you know. You just want a simple fridge that will get the job done. Then the GO20 would be a great option because we do have this guy going on at a discount, and we do have it going for bundle pricing on our website. GO20 plus the cover for the GO20 for $449. So you can pick yourself up a cover and a GO20 fridge at a relatively cheap price. So don't forget to check it out. Very cool. Going on to the GO20 itself, as you can see, it's shorter, it's lightweight, it's nimble, it's portable. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. It's only gonna have one port for plugging in, so no USBs, no access ports or anything that you could pretty much utilize as, like, you know, a cool characteristic or feature. It pretty much takes everything down to a simple aspect as far as operating and using the fridge itself. So going on to the display, you are going to see that there are going to be two numeric values. We do offer the GO20 in a single zone and a dual zone, being a removable dual zone, as you can see. So you can pull out the divider and put this guy back in when you're ready to, you know, use it as a dual zone. And then you have these two values, like I was going to show, to adjust via these arrow keys. So you can pretty much just adjust your temperature. Like this one's already at 0, going back down. You can raise the temperature to 41. This little snowflake right here is a performance mode. It's pretty much the performance mode of the GO20, which will, kick on the compressor to full throttle and reach that set temperature. And that is pretty much it there is to it. The GO20 is very simple, very easy to use, and for something like small produce and food items like these, it can more or less get the job done if you're willing to play Tetris with it. So like something like this. One thing I will say is that the something like the OJ milk, cartons of milk or anything of that sort, larger packages like these patties will probably have be a struggle to fit in. But if you play around with it, you can kind of get it to fit like so. And I was just messing around with it, and I was able to fit a few things into the fridge itself. But as you can see, let me go ahead and just tilt this way. As you can see, for storage space, you're not exactly going to have a whole lot if you're looking for something to be something you could use when you're out camping for the weekend and whatnot. So if you're looking for a weekend camper, this probably isn't the option. If you're looking for something that you can take out to go to the beach, very light activities, and you just want a cold drink, you just want some snacks to take with you, the GO20 would be that option for for those kind of activities. Obviously, the APL 35, APL 20, and the other fridges are great options too. It just really comes down to what is your budget and what is a fridge that you like. The GO20 is most certainly a very well-rounded fridge, and it's one of the fridges that you can get started in to the ICECO lineup by getting one of these. So, absolutely killer fridge. Highly recommend you guys go check this one out. It's very solid, in terms of designs, looks, and performance. We still feature the ICECO nano compressor. So all of our lineup has the ICECO compressor, and all of our lineup has the 5-year warranty on the fridge and the cooling and compressor system of the fridge itself. So that means if you own something like a GO20, you own any of our APL 55s, any of our fridges in our lineup, if you own any of those, you could pretty much just contact customer support and we'll get you covered, especially if your fridge is not cooling the way it's supposed to within those 5 years. And then we've got the 1-year warranty for the aesthetics of the fridge. So that includes the display, like covers, lids, anything of that sort. If those fail within the 1 year, we'll pretty much get that warranted out as well. And we'll send you a replacement or replacement parts. So keep in mind, we always take you guys into account. We don't just sell a fridge and off you go, you're on your way. No, we sell your fridge and now you formed a partnership with ICECO. We are now co-owners. We work together and you have a fridge of ours, and we want to make sure that you guys are covered, especially when you do have one of those fridges, because not only are you just using our product, but you're representing ICECO, a smaller brand, a smaller company, and we're trying to promote ourselves to the community, and we're very tightly woven with the community as well, especially given how much we go out to these events, the shows such as Rodeo X Rigs, SEMA, and Rodeo X Rigs San Diego. We're going to the Garden Grove one right now pretty soon. And then a bunch of just shows and activities we're very immersive with, and followed with guys who are very tightly woven with the community as well. I'm a huge off-roader and camper myself. I originally came from backpacking and ground tent camping, and so I was mostly on the extreme side, and I didn't have much luxury like these fridges, large awnings, or anything of that sort. I didn't have any of that. I just had my backpack, had my hiking shoes, and I would hike to my campsite. I'd pitch a Class A tent, and I'd stay there for the night. I'd cook dehydrated food via a portable stove, and that was it. That's why I called my camping. That was my experience of camping. And I know now, after wheeling a lot and going to campsites where you can deploy a rooftop tent, which I have right now, there is a side to overlanding where it's very luxurious, and you could pretty much admire your surroundings without having to try to survive when you're getting to your campsite. So it's a cool feature, and especially with the fridges themselves, it's a luxurious option where you can use these, and I gotta say, these are absolutely stellar. When you go with one of our fridges, you're pretty much tuning in to luxurious fridges, and you are now a representative of ICECO when you get one of these. Alrighty, and that's enough of the fridges themselves. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the battery packs, and then we'll finish it with a closer. So these are gonna be the last products of today. We are gonna have the PB1000, which is the MVP for powering all of these fridges today. So I powered the VL45, the VL35, the APL35, the APL20, and the GO20 like so. And we pretty much just plugged it via AC or DC, however you like. And I gotta say, for something like a PB1000, it's still very portable. It's gonna have a handle that you can use for taking any of your items. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. It is gonna be a lot heavier because it's a very dense battery pack, but it's a 1,000-watt battery pack that you can take out with you. Do I recommend for a fridge? What do you recommend for a fridge thermometer having? I recommend having a thermometer for your fridge if you guys wanted to fact check your temperature, but more or less our displays are accurate to the T when you do have your products on the inside. So don't fret over that. More or less, some people are worried about temperature compensation. Usually it's very rare because out of the factory, our fridges do come already compensated and are very tuned to the compressor. So everything is pretty much dialed in within each other. But if you really want a thermometer, by all means take one. But when it comes to the display and the temperature that's actually inside the fridge, it's very accurate. And going back to the PB1000, as you can see, it is a battery pack that you can pretty much take out. Let me go check at the chat real quick. Armor of God 7, Hayden, what fridge thermometer would you recommend? If you wanted to get a thermometer, I would just recommend a very old school traditional thermometer. You can get a mercury thermometer, or you can get a digital thermometer. I would say just the old school ones will work just fine for checking the temperature on the inside. I use these ones over here as well as the digital ones, but just having a traditional thermometer that operates via mercury or any sort of liquid that will record your temperature, then by all means I would use those. So, but that's if you want to verify the temperature on the inside of the fridge. Going back to the PB1000, it's going to be a little bit heavier than the PB250. As you can see, I can easily lift this thing up, I can throw it around, and it weighs no more than 10-15 pounds. We've got the PB1000. I try to lift this up, and I'm struggling to carry it. But in the PB1000 itself, you are going to have 2 AC ports that you can work with. You're going to have one DC port over here, and then you're going to have 2 USB-C, 2 USBs and 2 USB-C ports that you can work with as well, followed by the wireless charging pad on the very top, which you can use your phone for to power or charge. So a lot of features jam-packed into the PB1000, and it's a very capable battery pack. I've actually taken this thing a lot myself. Going to the events and shows, we actually use the PB1000 to power our inflatable displays. So we have the large canopies, and we've used these to power those canopies. We've used the PB1000s. I personally used it to power angle grinders, heat guns, pretty much anything that could plug into the a wall outlet. I plugged into the PB1000 and I used it. We've given these guys to we've given the PB1000s to a few people who were representing us, and they had the PB1000 charging and powering speakers. So they had ceiling speakers, and they were powering it that way. And we were getting a lot of people coming up. They're like, oh, this is very cool. Like you're able to power your speakers with it. That's it's absolutely amazing. The PB1000 is a very capable battery pack where you can power a lot of accessories and items. So don't fret when it comes to powering or charging your items. The cool thing about the display, it will actually tell you how much time you have left for powering any of your fridges. So it'll tell you how much consumption there is that's coming out of the fridge, and or whatever your item you're using. It'll tell you how much wattage is also pulling, and you can toggle between AC and DC, and you have a digital display to pretty much monitor all those items. I'm checking the chat right now. Greg said, I found one of those round ones are small, about the size of a watch. You can stick it onto the inside. That's right. So something like this, I know some of them might have a sticky backing, and you can just attach them to the inside if you want to verify the temperature of your fridge or maintain it that way. And then you do have these stick thermometers. Yes, those ones you probably would want to stay out of the way of, because it will probably get caught. You don't want to get crushed. And if you're talking about Celsius, then you'll be pushing it. -4. Got my view. Cannot wait to see if we can achieve 17.7 degrees C. That's very nice. So, you know, the thermometers are a great way to verify the temperature, but more or less the displays are accurate to the T, which is what I would say. Again, that's enough of the PB1000. I do believe we had this going for 20% off. So the original price was $999, and now we have it going on for $799 if you want to check our official ICECO website, or if you want to check our the Amazon as well. So ICECO does have this going on for absolute killer deal. And then we have that PB250. Where'd this guy go? We do have the PB250 over here, which is a 250 watt battery pack, which can double as your 12 volt plug-in, and can be utilized for charging your fridge or any of your 12 volt accessories. So that would be the main difference between the two. You have 1,000 watts with AC capable plugins, and then you have a 250 watt battery pack with only DC capable plugins. Both are absolutely amazing options from ICECO. We have a lot of ICECO branded accessories and items that we sell. The battery pack, the 250 watt battery pack, the cots, the sleeping bags, just tons of it that we sell. We have bundle options, bundle pricing, and just all of the whole shebang. So don't forget to check it out. Killer deals we have going on. Keep an eye out for winter too. Coming up later in winter, we will have the Christmas sales going on for a lot of the fridges. So if you are eyeing a fridge and it's full price at the moment, wait a little bit longer, because we might have that going on for a bigger deal. So keep an eye out for those sweet deals, guys. And that's pretty much it for the live streams. We are going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, Thursday, on the Amazon platform. So if you're willing to tune in, we are going to be doing the live stream at 2 p.m. on the Amazon platform for ICECO. So don't forget to check that out. That's going to be enough of 2 days live stream, and I will catch you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Let me go ahead and walk on over, and I will see you guys later.